To India now, there's more bad news for the Indian economy. India could be on the verge of no growth this year. Earlier, economists had predicted that India might register some growth. Most projections said less than 2%, but the International Monetary Fund thinks otherwise. Earlier today, we spoke exclusively to Geeta Gopinath, the chief economist of the IMF. She says that India's growth will drop to 0.5% this year. Listen to this.
So 1.9% represents our number for the fiscal year of 2021. If we were talking about the calendar year, which is what every other number for other countries refers to, on a calendar year basis, our growth for India is 0.5%. So it is a substantial slowdown for a country that's expected to grow at 6.5%. Coming down to 0.5% is a big hit.
So less than 1% by the end of 2020, some recovery in the first quarter of 2021. That sounds like a dire prediction. On the upside, though, India and China could be the only major countries to record any growth this year. Earlier projections put India's growth at 1.9%, China's at 1.2%. The IMF has already said that this phase will be worse than the Great Depression. The Great Depression was the worst worldwide economic downturn. It lasted for 10 years, starting in 1929. It was triggered by the crash of the US stock market. And now the world stares at something worse. The Indian government is mulling a second economic stimulus. The government's think tank, the Niti Aayog, says a package equal to 5% of India's GDP is needed right now. That's around 9.5 lakh crore rupees. 9.5 lakh crore. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India announced multiple relief measures. Rates were cut. Banks are being pushed to lend more. Geeta Gopinath told us that the moves by the RBI will help.
It's not just that they've cut interest rates, which of course helps, but I think the other measures that they've taken in terms of providing liquidity through these long-term refinancing operations, that's one big measure they've taken. They also are trying to help both borrowers and lenders. So, there's loan forbearance for borrowers and then some regulatory retrieval for creditors. And at the same time, they're trying to get credit to reach the MSME sector. So, all these other pieces of the interventions that they have done would certainly help the economy.
All eyes now on New Delhi and the second stimulus package that is reportedly in the pipeline. We'll keep track for you.